Alright, this is going to be part 3, and we're going to be continuing. We're going to actually start on the head now. But first, there was something in the last video I kind of forgot to do, and that was when the subdivision surface is on, these are going to be very high poly when I hit apply. So let's go and see what that looks like. Yeah, that's a lot of polygons. So for stuff that doesn't need a lot of polygons, I'm going to go ahead and just move it to its own object, such as these. I should have done this in the last video, didn't think about that. But here we are. Yep. P to parent selection. Let's call this head back. Get rid of subdivision surface. Now I'll go ahead and leave some of the beveling. That looks fine. Want to get out of edit. Oh, I am out of edit mode. Whoops. Viewport. Wireframe. That's what I use for the thumbnails. Alright. Ball joint, hook wire, neck plane, head wires. Alright, let's go ahead and start on the head. First, I'm going to go ahead and turn this into that rectangle, or 8 octagon that the official model has. Don't need that. Yep, and now that can fit inside. E to extrude. Select E, extrude to center, Y on 1, then just at center, should smooth. Always edge split does give it a good angle. I'm gonna go give edge split to this as well. Edge split. Increase this to, I want to say 90. Yeah, that's a good shading. Alright, time to start on the heads. Select this artwork, cursor to selected, Shift A, circle, gonna go back up to 32 for this one, or X90. Try to get it in the center best we can. Alright. First, I'm probably going to just sculpt this, because that's one of the ways I know how. Minimal sculpting, it's going to be easy, not a lot. Scale about right here, and scale that at the center. Put about 7 of these here. Alright. Click in the middle here. Move it to the left. Let's go to the right so we can see it. O to turn on proportional editing. Crank it up really high and let's no. Change to the sphere. There we go. Yeah, about like that looks fun. Top proportional editing. Individual origins. Don't know why, but it didn't scale them all on the right side, but we can fix that. Just select all these loops. SX0, SY0. Now they're all even. Alright, going back to front view. Shift A, another circle. RX90. This is gonna be the eyes. We're just gonna cut it straight into the head. Change back to the smooth for proportional editing. And just move these into a position. You're probably gonna have to move these differently. Turn on proportional editing and move it in place. Gonna go to hide those two body refs. EY, make it go back. Move it into the mesh. And we're just gonna mirror this. Alright, that part's done, so now we can go back into edit mode. Select a single vert, enable clipping, and come into the center. Add a subdivision surface, crank it to 2. And we're just gonna follow the line of the teeth just a little bit above it. Because right now we're cutting in the mouth. Oop, turn back on clipping so we can get in the center. Give it more loops to work with. Once you blocked it out, you can then turn on this thing, the on cage, and now it's kind of hard to see, but now we can control it, and it's now a lot smoother. Probably should have done this on this one so it's easier to see. Right here, I'm gonna subdivide these, and again. Yep, same thing. We can get all the way back and move it into the head. To probably select it here. Make it just a little bigger because the lips are going to cover it. So now I got to move it out. Apply to mirror first. Apply to subdivision first. Go to add subdivision to this too. Add a boolean. Select this object. Oh, it automatically cut perfectly. So apply. Delete these. And now we have the head basically already made for us. Geometry's a little bit bad though, so we're gonna go back over this. But if you were just gonna 3D print this, you already got it pretty much made. And I am tempted to just use this, but we can't. So instead, cursor selected, Shift A, get a circle. Let's do 16. And we're going to do just a little bit of retopology, or X90. Whoops. Change back to medium point. Mirror. Subdivision surface. And shrink wrap. You might have to mess settings here. Near surface. Above surface. 0.1. On cage. Alright. Yeah, it's trying to jump to it. So we're gonna actually turn it all off right now just to get the corners in the right place. Don't be afraid to add more vertices as you're going through this, especially right here. Like throughout here, I'm going to go ahead and subdivide it again, smooth it a little bit, because this area has a curve, so it needs to curve a little bit. There we go. I should probably also have, not volume, enabled this. This here also helps with putting things onto the surface. I don't use it because it clips it down, but I could probably crank it above the surface more. Nah, that breaks it. GY, bring it forward a little bit more. Alright, E to extrude it out. Huh, it's weird, it's never done this to me before. It's called the optimal display. Ah, that's at above surface, not on surface. Sorry about that. Well, let's freak it out even harder. There we go. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do some troubleshooting yourself. Moving all these in place. Probably, yeah, bevel that some more. Select through here. E to extrude and bring these together. Or Z. Give it some more room. I think I know what it's doing. It's trying to fight these here. So select these loops. This one, delete. This one, delete. Now let's go back to here. I think it was trying to get to the end of those. Yep, now it's working. Alright. Click here, Shift D, E to extrude down, F to fill, select this area, E to go down. Three may have been a little much, but yeah, I already solved one. And now it's going to try to do the exact same to this one too, so let's go ahead and stop that. But right now, right click to subdivide, move it in place. Move it all in place. Alright, now let's actually delete that. Control right click is your friend here. Go about right here. E to extrude. Scale on Z and then scale on X. Go delete, not delete, but deselect those and move on X. E to extrude up, F to fill. Let's go ahead and smooth that out. Smooth these out a little bit. Extrude these. Don't forget to move it around. Yeah, this is just going to be a lot of moving right now. Gotta add more verts here. Two more here. Don't forget just to turn this stuff off just to take a look at it. Yikes. A little far down. Hopefully this shrink out and subdivision will like even it out. Move these a little closer together. We will also be deleting half of this geometry because the moon will be over it. So there's no use in hiding it, no use in keeping some the hidden parts around. E to extrude. Maybe not like that. Maybe more like this. We need at least 3 here, so 3. There you go. Get that near the edge. Okay. Moving these up. Maybe move them down now. Try to get that a little bit even. Alright, now we just extrude Z. Try to get these at the bottom. Three. One thing I am going to go through is go to scope mode again and smooth all this out. Yep, need more geometry there. So gonna go ahead and add that. Move this down a little. Move this straight up. To the edge, to the edge, to the edge. Straight up, straight up, straight up, straight up. Loop, smooth it. Yeah, that could be moved out here. This could be moved up a little bit. Yeah, let's go to scope mode now. Go over here to smooth. Turn that on, and now's a good time to see that wireframe and just scroll it down, make it real small, just smoothing it out. Oh, I forgot one of the big major selling points of this is you're supposed to apply the mirror axis first, then go to here, this X, and then smooth it. Sorry about that, but now somebody learned something important. Right back into edit mode. Yep, it's gone completely around. So now all we need is to delete this. Whoops. Don't delete it just yet. Apply that shrink wrap. Then delete this. Okay, now you can delete it. There you go. E, select these parts. E, and extrude them back. Actually, no. Individual origins. Bring them in just a little bit. And then bring them back. Smooth those out. Select these now. Smooth those. Now this should look a lot better. Shade smooth. Topology's good and everything. Alright. Let's go ahead and add the eyes. So select all these loops. Go to object mode again and just add the eye. Leave these as basic but align to view. At that point, just scale it real big. Move it back. Move to the X a little bit too, because you want to get that socket like look. Because the official model, his eyes go way back. He also doesn't have any eyelids, but we're gonna add eyelids to give him more expression, give her more expression. Also, fun thing about the Daycare Attendant, might be hard to see, but come on now. His eyes on two different layers. One eye's further back to do the moon face. Alright, back to the actual model. Shade smooth. Apply a mirror modifier, but where it says mirror object, we can choose the head, and now it's mirrored onto the head. We might also move that eyeball up a little bit more, just like we did with the others. Don't forget to also select here, E to extrude, and bring that one back. Then just select here, Alt E, edge crease, and bring that up. Select here, E to extrude, M at center, edge crease again. Now we just select all this, duplicate it, and move it backwards. E to extrude, E to extrude, M at center. Because the head is kind of segmented in the back, right here. So we're gonna put in the sun frames. Let's actually make those a little bit smaller. Might need to keep them big. Go to the eye, go ahead and select this much, hit X. That was a 30-minute mark, but I want to get more done. I want to get more done in this episode. We could probably move these forward a little bit. Deleted a little too much of the eyes, so we're going to go back in here. Yeah, let's delete this far. And just move this head back. There you go. Now it looks better now. And now you have to really look that far for his eyes to notice that. Alright, move this back. Add in a mesh. Add in a mesh. A plane. Align to view. Put the cursor to here, and then get the plane. Selection of cursor. Go into object mode, merge these two. Edit mode, and merge these two. Select all these. Move it up. Scale this to be about right here. Make this one taller. E to extrude to make it solid. Go to top view and rotate it just slightly. Let's go ahead and move this back too. Add a mirror modifier, but do not click clipping. Shift D, rotate it 45 on the 3D cursor. So R45, Shift D, R45, Shift D, R45, and yep. That looks perfect. Alright, so apply the modifier and delete the face on this side. Select the eyeball, duplicate it, make it bigger, R45, oops, sorry, R90, got 45 stuck in my head, actually rotate it a lot more, yeah, 40, then select all these right here, move this up. Yep, here is the eyelids right here. It's not on any of her drawings. However, I personally like to add lower eyelids to the animatronics just to give them even more expressions, even though most don't have them. So go back in this mode. First put the cursor here. Back into eyelid edit mode. Shift D. Go to scale 3D cursor. SZ -1. Mesh. Normals. Recalculate outside. Can't see it because it's, yep, because it just needs to be rotated in a little bit. And now all we gotta do is grid fill them in. So go over here to modifier, solidify, crank up the thickness to about 1. One's a little too high, so just drag it down to, yeah, 0.5 works out perfectly. Actually, nah, 0.3. There you go. Apply the mirror. Apply the solidify. Yep, the eyes are still there. So now last part, before I end this, just rename everything so you know what it is. Alt H. Fix that E. Neck. H. Neck's obviously there. Neck 001 is that octagon. So neck octagon. Sunbeams. Eyes. Eyelids. Face. Alright, I think we made a good progress. Next time I'm gonna go ahead and add the lips, the face, the moon face part, the squirrely things, and we'll be done. But first, one more thing I want to do is, nah, I'll leave it there. I gotta go back over it. Alright, see y'all then.